let's talk about Gaza, or should I say, let's talk about Gaza in the way no one else will. Because while headlines are screaming Israeli airstrikes and tragic loss of life, there's always another layer to peel back. And trust me, this onion gets stinkier the deeper you go. So picture this, a region that has been a powder keg for, just a few millennia. Modern weaponry, shifting international alliances, a 24-hour news cycle hungry for clicks, and boom, literally, boom. What if the story we're fed isn't the whole truth? What if this isn't just a tragic conflict, but part of a much bigger, darker game? Let's start with the basics. Official reports claim that the Israeli Defense Forces, or IDF, launched a series of targeted airstrikes in Gaza in response to, you guessed it, rocket fire from Houthi militant. It's the started it narrative we've heard 1,000 times. But here's the twist. Some reports are hinting at possible third-party involvement, stirring the pot from behind the scenes. Why? To escalate tensions, to distract, or my personal favorite, to test out shiny new weapons on a real-life battlefield. Now, let me get you this tidbit. Do you know what's been trending in defense lately? Hypersonic missiles. That's right, missiles so far they make regular missiles look like snails on a treadmill. And guess who's been suspiciously silent about hypersonic weaponry? The same countries that keep mysteriously showing up in the arms trade reports connected to this conflict. Coincidence, Nady? But if you think governments aren't above orchestrating a little chaos to push their shiny new toys, well, bless your innocent heart. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about the humanitarian angle, or should I say the lack thereof. Gaza have been described as one of the most densely populated places on Earth. So when airstrikes happen, civilians bear the brunt of it. Heartbreaking, right? But here's where it gets murky. Certain reports suggest that advanced surveillance drones have been circling the area for weeks, allegedly gathering. And yet, these drones didn't seem to pick up on the civilian risk zones. Either the tech isn't as good as they claim, or someone decided those risks were acceptable. And what about the timing? Timing is everything, darling. This latest escalation comes just as several key players on the global stage are facing major domestic issues. Economic downturns, political scandals, you name it. Nothing like a little international crisis to make voters forget about inflation or a dodgy election. One side says self-defense, the other screams war crimes. Meanwhile, somewhere in a plush studio, editors decide which images to broadcast and which narratives to amplify. You know what we're not seeing? The economic implications, the sudden spikes in oil prices, the quietly signed defense contracts. If you follow the money, the story starts to look less like a tragedy and more like a very well-funded chess game. And speaking of chess games, let's not forget the wild card, social media. Platforms that were supposed to democratize information are now the ultimate breeding grounds for a viral tweet here, a manipulated video there, and suddenly public opinion is split down the middle. Could it be that these snuffers aren't just innocent bystanders, but active participants in shaping the narrative? Shadow banning one story, amplifying another, it's like the digital equivalent of a puppet show, and we're all just clapping along. But here's the kicker. Some analysts believe this isn't just a regional conflict, but part of a proxy war. The idea is that larger powers than the usual, like the US, Russia, and China, are using the region to flex their muscles without getting their hands dirty. It's like the geopolitical version of Fight Club, except the first rule is to make sure everyone sees it on the evening news. And if that doesn't make you squint suspiciously at your screen, how about this? Whispers of artificial intelligence being used to strategize military operations. Yep. Games. And that was just for writing your essays. Allegedly, algorithms are being used to predict enemy movements, optimize strikes, and even craft propaganda. So who's really running the show? The generals? Or a bunch of code? At this point, you're probably thinking, okay, but why does this matter to me? Great question. Because conflicts like these have ripple effects that touch everything from the price of your gas to the security of your data. And the more you dig, the clearer it becomes that the truth is not just stranger than fiction, it's straight up chilling. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the stories that make you say, wait, what? Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and you never know what might be